Hey everyone, New York Dan coming at you for the Life Hack channel. And we got a big problem going on, as a lot of people may be affected by it and have heard about it. This forest fire smoke that's coming from Canada, migrating all the way down to New York. This stuff is no joke. It's ruining our summer. What happens is, it depends on the weather pattern. Certain days are really worse than other days, but this stuff is tricky business. I noticed, okay, a few weeks ago it got so bad there was an orange like haze out there. It looked like we were on Mars. I couldn't get a good photo of it because my video cameras would self-adjust, so it didn't really capture it. Cell phone video camera. I have a manual camera. I'm going to try to get it next time by keeping my camera adjusted manually and get a real good shot of it. But the reason why I'm coming to you today is I noticed something very, very bizarre, and it's scary. This smoke, if you're out there doing work in it or exercising, just walking around doing walking, you're breathing this in. And you can feel it in your throat after a while. If it's out there, days that it's around, you start to feel it. When you're driving in your car, if you don't have a good cabin filter on your car, and a lot of cars don't have this, only like mostly higher end cars have a cabin filter. This smoke can start coming in your car at low levels. And the stuff is tricky. It's kind of like a ninja, because you don't necessarily know it's there. You see outside in your yard and it looks clear, but I learned something the other day. You may have seen my short video. I was at Sunken Meadow Beach on Long Island, New York. Long Island Sound it's on. It's a nice place. Well, they have a big boardwalk there that goes on a long distance, and you look out over the water and you can see expanses of room, right? Now, usually around where I live, it's kind of urban, and you see buildings, and even when you're driving in your car, you see the street, but you don't really get a huge, expansive view. Well, the other day, I thought the smoke wasn't that bad out. I thought it was pretty clear. When I got to Sunken Meadow, I could see the haze. When you looked out over a long distance, you're like, wow. There's land that on a clear day you can see everything across to Connecticut. Well, with that smoke haze around, you could barely see land that was very close by. There's a point that goes out there to Port Jefferson, it's called, where there's like a high terrain and woods, and there's stacks for a power plant. I couldn't even make that out. And then I look toward the sun, I see this haze coming down, and it's deceptive, because if you look straight up, the sky looked pretty clear, but down toward the ground, we're in this bit of a haze. Okay, so I noticed, I've been outside doing yard work and walking, doing exercise, all that stuff. I noticed that I felt kind of like amped up a bit more. And the other night I had trouble sleeping, and like in the middle of the night, I have stuff on my table, right, and I had blood pressure monitors. Okay, so I'm like, you know what, let me check my blood pressure while I'm up. I couldn't sleep. I checked it, and I was really scared. It went way up compared to where it usually is out of like a resting state. The numbers jumped up, and it alarmed me. Now, that day I had eaten a number of salty items, and this is kind of a wake-up call regardless. But what I'm thinking is, it dawned on me today, that damn forest fire smoke may in fact be raising up my blood pressure if I'm exposed to it outside. if I'm breathing that in. And this is scary stuff, because when that stuff comes around, it's very hard to escape it. If you're in your house, you need a HEPA filter, a special fan unit or blower unit that has filters in it to actually filter that air. A regular fan or air conditioner really doesn't filter out fine particulate like that. And when these plumes come over, I notice it seeping into the house. Even into my house with everything closed up, it finds a way in. You open a door, you got like a boiler with a chimney. It's like air flows going around the chimney. I sealed off my furnace. I have the boiler off because I have electric hot water heating for the summer. So I shut down my boiler and sealed off my flue for the boiler, just to try to keep the fine particles from coming in. But this is real scary, and I'm wondering if this has to do with the raise in my blood pressure. Now, when I started this channel was supposed to be all about health-related topics, and I've got plenty of more cutting-edge material coming up on this channel. And this has kind of springboarded me to do even more on this channel, health-related. A couple of the things I'm doing with this is like a wake-up call for me, regardless of if the damn forest fire is causing this. It's very scary. I'm doing a wake-up call. I'm going to modify my diet to have less food in it, basically. And I'm not going to add any salt to my diet. I noticed a lot of things that are, if you get any kind of food, I even got these food items that were called like Healthy Choice, I believe they were called, frozen items, a small meal. It's lower calories, it's supposed to be made healthy, it has good stuff in it, you know, like maybe a small pasta dish, real small, with some tomato sauce, different items they have. The problem is with that, with any kind of prepared food item that you, like a soup or a canned food, if you look at the sodium levels on those things, they actually got, most of them have over a quarter to over a third of your daily sodium recommended allowance. So you can very easily bump your sodium levels up to ridiculous amounts. Now, earlier in the week, I was doing something really bad. I had, for lunch, I was having hot dogs, right? It's summertime, everyone loves hot dogs. I got a bunch of hot dogs, so I'm like, hey, let me have some of these things for like a cookout. I boiled them, but what I did, I put sauerkraut on them. I piled them up with sauerkraut, because that's supposed to be, the kraut is supposed to be healthy. It has probiotics in it. Okay, fair enough. Problem is, I checked the bag, and the sauerkraut has a lot of salt in it, a lot of sodium. Sodium and salt, that's the same thing if you see that on the label. The hot dogs, they have a lot of sodium in them. Okay? I had 2 hot dogs. This is bad with sauerkraut, and I'm supposed to be, you know, being healthy or doing this as a health channel. That's not good at all. Then, to make matters worse, I had some pierogies. Those are like a Polish, they have like a shell that's made out of like pasta, so to speak. And then in the middle, it has a potato filling with onions, something like that. Very delicious. I put olive oil on them. I thought I was being healthy. I boiled them. Well, I looked at the pierogi box, and the things have a ridiculous amount of sodium in them. I had no idea. I had no idea how much sodium is in these things. And I'm sprinkling salt on top of these things too, to make them even more salt. It's ridiculous. Now, what I'm going to do coming up, I'm going to show you how I solved a lot of the, well, for the time being, and just in general, I'm going to stick to this, not for the time being. I'm flavoring the stuff I eat with different spices instead of using any added table salt. And this is a major, I think I'm on to something really good here, because I've been eating very healthy lately the last few days, and I noticed my energy level has come up. I've been able, I think I can already feel benefits to this. And I've been trying to stay out of the forest fire smoke. But if you're doing stuff outdoors, this is very tough to do. I mean, I have a filter inside my house that I've been running. Okay, here's the problem though. Because of this situation, those filters are impossible to find. I bought this one a couple years ago, and it has 2 HEPA filters in it. It looks like a long standing fan, one of those floor mounted fan units, but not every one of those has filters in it. A lot of them are just a simple fan, a blower type fan. So I'm doing that. You know, I'm trying to take the bull by the horns on this stuff. And I'm telling you, I'm eating more veggies, and I'm not adding on any extra sodium. And especially with this forest fire smoke around, everyone's got to be super vigilant, in my opinion. I want to know in the comments, anyone in the areas where there's this forest fire smoke and you've been out in it, let me know what's going on. Try testing your blood pressure if you have one of these at-home blood pressure monitors, which everyone should really invest in there. I think you can get them as low as like $25 or so. But if you're in this or you've been exposed to it, see what your resting blood pressure is doing. I'm just curious if that's contributing or causing this to happen. I'm going to monitor my situation too and see what it does different days, if the smoke's there or if it clears up, what happens. But I can tell you right now, this is for real. If I'm out in it and I don't even realize I'm out in it, what I feel is I start feeling it in my throat when I come in, like at the end of the evening. I start feeling something in there from the irritation of that. So yeah, we got a lot more videos coming up here, and like I said, I'm going to be doing some health related videos. That's on my agenda here, and I already have some real good stuff I found out, which I'm going to do in a separate video, because I'm actually cleaning this studio, my little office studio, out, and I'm getting it ready for my car show that's on Ben's Products channel. I'm going to do a live cast there every week or so of a car show, and the subscribers on that channel will be notified when it comes up, when it's scheduled. So I'm trying to clean up here, but I want to make this quick video right now because this smoke thing's been going on. I wanted to see what the hell is the deal with this, if anyone else has these problems. And I will resume more videos ASAP once I'm just cleaning this thing out today. And I've been watching also on I'm going to do another video about this guy. It's pretty damn cool. This guy Sarasota Tim on YouTube. He lives in like a travel trailer, and it's like a minimalist lifestyle, and I think he's on to something with that, because I'm going to do another video on that. But the bottom line is, the more stuff that you have, the more work you got to do, like yard work, maintenance, all this stuff, right? So that's taking up your time when you could be doing other stuff. And his videos are pretty cool if you ever see him. And he's right in Florida. in the area where I actually go down there quite a bit, the Boca area. So he says at the end of every video, he says crush it. So what I'm going to say, my advice at the end of every video I'm doing now, I'm going to say smash it. So until the next video, stay tuned and smash it.